Hi everybody. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late here. Today has been crazy. This morning was crazy. Okay, so why not our wins today? Because the storyline moved, and also I was excited to see what happened in the end. So, okay, let's see. Uh, Kyle and Jack took Matt Clark, right? And presented him to Victor, although he's all tied up. And so Victor is like, oh, okay. And we don't know what he's going to do with him yet. And Victor gets some message on his phone, like a text, and he gets all nervous and worried and stuff. So I, as a viewer, I'm going, okay, so what happened? Because his whole facial expression changed. And even Jack says he became unnerved to the point I've never seen that before. So I'm like, what happened? I still didn't know because I try not to assume anything when I'm watching this at all because well, for one thing, I'm usually wrong, and or there's a piece of it that I don't think of it in my mind until it comes out, and then I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So I just wait, right? Okay. So then Victor says, I gotta take care of this. You can just have him here. And then Roger Howard, he's got to win for the month, man, because he says, so Junior, he's talking to Kyle. You want to make a deal? Like I'll do anything you want. Just because if you do something, then you can make Daddy proud. I'm like, oh wow, okay. Um, and then the most interesting part was Phyllis and Kane are were together. Okay, now coming back from Friday. Now this is the piece from Friday you need to know to understand the further movement of this thing, right? Okay, so remember on Friday when Sally told Billy, because Billy said, go downstairs and order yourself something, I'll be right there, right? I'm right behind you. That's what he said on Friday. And then I assumed, because of what he said, that he was going to go talk to Phyllis, tell her the deal's off, and leave with Sally. But his plan changed because he saw Kane and Phyllis being a little too chummy. And so he kind of wanted to know what they were talking about, but then he removed himself on Friday. Well, today, he's still talking to him, and Sally wants to go home, and Sally doesn't want to be a part of it at all. But then Phyllis is goading Billy and saying, well, don't you want to be a success? What have you done with all the chances you've gotten? Like taunting him. And then Sally is kind of pissed at him too because she said, well, you said you were going to tell her, whatever, and then leave. What happened with that? And your mood has changed ever since you saw them. And I'm like, yep. So poor Billy, which okay, I mean poor Billy, but I don't mean it because usually I mean it because Billy has put himself or has been put in situations and people always think the worst of them. Okay, that's your baseline. Okay, number two, I don't feel bad for him in this case because he put himself in this situation. He told Sally he was going to do something else and he didn't do it. And therefore, if he's involved in this, it's his own doing. I don't feel bad for him. And then the best part, which is also kind of weird, which it was good and it made me cringe at the same time. Phyllis is going to get a win but it's because Kane involved her in the plan, and they're partners now. But I don't know if they're going to be romantic partners. Now today they had a love scene or love scenes, but I'm sorry, it kind of made me cringe because it was just like, what? People talk like this to each other? I mean, I know every conversation is different and I know every couple's different. I get that. But this was just strange. She was like, I'm the queen. And he's like, yeah, I know you are. And she says, thanks for noticing. I didn't know you did. I'm like, what? Whoa. Okay, so I don't know. This is what I'm on the fence about. Every time I go, okay, he's gonna go with Phyllis, he acts like he's gonna go back to Lily. And every time I say, okay, he's gonna be with Lily, he goes back with Phyllis. I don't know. I don't know if it's a game to him. I don't know if he's trying to do something. I don't know his motivation. I really don't. And most of the time I do. Because I can pinpoint and say, well, usually his motivation is financial or friendship or whatever. This one, no clue. Not a clue. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. I'll be back tomorrow.